lads, we're here in Imola for a YouTube first. This is the first time anyone has ever done Imola in career mode, and this is the worst case scenario because we have a 100% chance of rain occurring sometime during this qualifying session. That is bad news because I've only done 10 laps around this track, and that was when the game first came out, so pretty much I've got to learn this track on the run while the track continues to get worse and worse. I have no idea how we're going to go. We're going to have to learn as quickly as possible. So, without further ado, wish me luck. Alright, so as you can see, I'm quite clearly struggling, even though the timing board doesn't quite show that. I believe that none of the AI have really put in a competitive time as of yet, but this is the end of our first run. Surprisingly, the rain hasn't come down yet, so I'm rushing to get back into the pit so I can get a new set of tyres back on the car. Might make some setup changes to the car, even though I can only change the front wing, so we'll see how that goes. But we'll take out some fuel, change the tyres, and then go out for another blast again. Hopefully it's enough to at least get us in the top 10. That's my aim for this qualifying session. I'm not trying to set the world alight like I did in Monaco or Canada, so yeah, just fingers crossed we can at least get one decent time in to get us, within a decent chance of scoring some decent points in the race. So here we go for our next run in qualifying. We get blocked by our teammate Romain Grosjean and Danny Kvyat getting in the way just a little bit too. Now catching up to the back of Jenson Button who blocks us on the apex there, and this is another lap that's pretty much gone down the drain. So many cars just going slowly in the same part of the tracking. I got distracted by Hamilton there and completely missed that chicane. Lost the lap. Perez going very slowly, and there's another couple of cars just up the road as well. So what is going on with these AI cars? They're determined to not allow me to get a lap in, and hopefully this time we can actually get a lap in because the rain, I believe, is starting to come down now. So this is probably going to be our last run in qualifying that we're going to have, so we need to make this one count. And looks like we've got more cars up the road. It's a Force India, we've got Magnussen and another Mercedes. Hulkenberg is in the way as well. Hamilton goes off. No, that's Rosberg. This is all just a big mess, and unfortunately the rain came down just after that. I didn't have enough fuel to set another lap in that run, so we lost time, finished 13th, and that qualifying session was an absolute disaster. But considering we just learned the track, I think we did fairly well. So here we go for the race. I have absolutely no idea how we're going to go, but as always, wish me luck. Alright, so here we are in Imola, sitting in the Lotus garage. There's a couple things I want to clear up before we start this Grand Prix. I'm driving as Pastor Maldonado as a bit of a joke after what happened in Canada, crashing with Vettel. And also, if we can hit 1,000 likes on this video, then I'll release the next episode of Career Mode straight away. I want to plow through this season as quickly as we can. If we can hit 1,000 likes, I'll jump straight on to the next race, which I think will be Silverstone. But here we go, ready for the start of this race. Wish me luck. Alright, so here we are on the grid of Imola for the very first time in career mode. We need to get off to an absolutely flying start if we can, and away we go here in Imola. Looks like the getaway has been fairly decent. Perez has jumped us in his Force India, going into 13th. We're just going to try and take it nice and easy into turn 1. I have absolutely no idea how the AI go in terms of racecraft around this track, so we need to take this extra cautious. There's no point in being too aggressive at the start if we're not going to make it past the first lap. So anyway, we've settled into this race now in 13th. We're trying to get past Nico Hulkenberg, who brakes early. I think Perez might have touched us in the rear end there, but either way, we're still going, losing the rear end on the curbing there. But up the inside we go into 10th place now, so now we're back in the points. Hamilton is down into 11th place, so Hamilton, what the hell are you doing this season? Your form has been so bad. I don't know if it's his car, or his team, or Rosberg, that whole conspiracy theory going on. Either way, Hamilton absolutely struggling. But anyway, now onto the back of Ricciardo now at the start of lap 2. And he's going defensive into the first corner, or what I think is the first corner. And there we go into 9th place. Job done. As I said before, I have absolutely no idea what the corner names are, because I've literally not seen any races or done any races at this track. But anyway, fairly decent move on Ricciardo. Next up is Valtteri Bottas, who's getting stuck behind what looks like a Toro Rosso. And the first part of the chicane there, we brake really early. I think we got the inside of Bottas there. As I was going to say, I've got the mentality of going slow in, fast out, so I sacrificed the first part of that chicane just to get a really nice exit. And it looks like so far that it's setting us up for some really decent overtakes here in this Grand Prix. Either way, now we've got to catch up to the back of Jean-Eric Vergne. He's clearly struggling as he's left a massive air gap to the Williams in front, who I believe is Felipe Massa. So Vergne is going to be all by himself. It's going to be fairly easy to pass him since, there's no one in front of him. There is no DRS to use in this race because it's a classic track. All the classic tracks on the F1 2013 game do not have DRS, so it's sort of living up to what the racing was like back in the 80s or 90s. But up the inside we go into Vergne, and we didn't touch him there. He just left too much room and then didn't really turn in for the corner. Gave us that position, and now here we are. The end of lap 3, we've caught up to the back of Alonso, and there's a massive pack ahead, and Alonso going very slowly. We lost part of our wing, he got chipped off, and now Ricciardo is coming back at us up the inside. Into P7 he goes now, and we're going to try and hold it around the outside coming into this almost penultimate corner, and Ricciardo not braving it under brakes there. Hamilton gets back in front of him, and now we've got to run on Alonso coming into this fast left-hander. It's a fairly good corner for testing your aerodynamic pace, but either way, we've got Felipe Massa holding up everyone. He brakes early, gives up 3 positions there. Felipe will not be happy about that, and Vettel has gone off the track as well into the gravel. I'm not too sure if he was hit off by Raikkonen or if he just had a problem there, but either way, we got the inside of Alonso now. That's a nice overtake. That was really committed. As you can see on the replay, it's a very tight corner, that chicane, and going through there just with one car is hard enough, let alone side by side. We get the move done, lose the rear end on exit, and now we've caught up to the back of Kimi Raikkonen, who's now in 2nd place. Rosberg is absolutely flying at this stage, setting a 1:29.4, and it looks like he's got at least a 10-second lead over Raikkonen at the moment, so it's going to be very tough to catch Rosberg. We shaped to go up the inside of Raikkonen, but it's a fast corner, so there's really nothing you can really do about that. But now we've caught up to Raikkonen again on the exit of this hairpin, and we're going to use up a little bit of our curves. Raikkonen is saving fuel, so my engineer said, so we're able to get alongside him very easily, and around the outside we go into the fast left-hander. Job done into P2. Now let's try and catch Rosberg, who has now come into the pits, I believe, or is about to. Yes, he's just come into the pits, so we'll be pitting on this lap now, and Rosberg just comes out in 2nd place. So that's how much of a lead he had. He was leading by almost 15 seconds or something like that, but now we'll be coming in for our stop. We've lost the rear end on the white painted lines there, and now Rosberg has got a run on us. He's going to go up the inside like we did to Alonso, and there we go, job done. It's much easier for Rosberg because he's got fresh prime tyres to use in this Grand Prix, but at the end of this lap we'll be coming in for a set of option tyres. We'll be running a split strategy to Rosberg, who's going to run the options at the end. So at the back end of the race, Rosberg should be flying onto the back of me, but in saying that, we will have the undercut on Rosberg in the next pit stop. So what I've got to do now is absolutely push. Once I put on this set of option tyres on, I should be much faster than Rosberg. We fly into the pit lane now. for our very first pit stop here in Imola. Hopefully it's a good one. Lotus, I really need you to give me a good pit stop to get me back out in second. And pit stop looks to be fairly decent. We had a front wing change, I forgot about that, so it's 5.5 seconds. Not too bad when you consider we had to change the front wing. We rejoin in third place, but Raikkonen hasn't stopped yet, so effectively second place. We're looking good at the moment. We've got a lot of clean air to use for the rest of the stint. Now catching up to the back of a Williams. It's Bottas, and he's getting lapped. So too is Sergio Perez, and they're getting in the way so much. I don't think the AI are fully optimized in terms of racing around here, so I think their pace and general just racecraft isn't the best at the classic tracks. But either way, lap 31, we've caught up to the back of Rosberg, who I think has made a mistake in the last couple of laps. He had a lead of about 15 or 14 seconds. We were gradually catching him, and then on one lap he just made a massive mistake, and now we're onto the back of him. This is for the lead of the Grand Prix. We've got a fresher set of tyres, the faster compound as well. We should be able to pass him fairly soon, sacrificing that first part of the chicane as I always do, and we've got a nice exit, maybe dive it up the inside coming into the hairpin, not quite close enough. Rosberg losing the rear end on traction, so his rear tyres are starting to go off here in Imola. The tyre wear isn't too bad around this track. I think it's fairly neutral, or like in the mid-range of tyre wear, so we should be able to make this set of option tyres last to our recommended stint. But we might try and go up the inside of Rosberg here. We lock up the inside front, we go up the road, and Rosberg even ran wide a little bit too, so maybe he was a little bit scared there seeing Pastor Maldonado right behind him trying to pass him for the lead. But either way, lap 33, we've got a really nice run coming out of the final corner. We're going around the outside of Rosberg. Perez almost rejoins on top of us. We're going to go around the outside into turn 1. And I think we might have got a touch there. Or we might have ran over some debris. I'm not too sure. But either way, we have the lead of the race. It's a bit short-lived too because we're coming in now for a set of prime tyres. Our final stop of the race. And we should have a massive undercut on Rosberg because he's on the prime tyres, remember. He won't come in for another 7 or 8 laps. How's the pit stop? 3.0 seconds, so another fantastic stop there from Lotus. We should rejoin in second place easily, but now the test really shows. We've got the prime tyres, the slower compound. We need to make this set of tyres last while Rosberg has the much faster options, and we've rejoined right behind Massa, who hasn't stopped yet, so we need to get in front of him as soon as we can because he's on much older tyres, and he's going to hold us up if we can't get past him. But now cutting to the middle sector of lap 34, trying to go up the inside into this hairpin, and Massa has gone off. We've gone off as well. He's gone off into the kitty litter, and on the replay here, we didn't touch him. He just turned out of the corner ever so slightly so that we could have some room, but unfortunately, Massa being a gentleman has resulted in himself running off the road, and we've gone off as well, but we maintain, I think it's second place. So a bit unfortunate there for Massa. He's got a whole lot of debris on his tyres now. Luckily, he didn't get a puncture or anything, but thankfully F1 2013 isn't that realistic, let's say. But anyway, lap 40, we've actually jumped Nico Rosberg, who's finally made his pit stop. And now cutting to lap 48, we've caught up to the back of Esteban Gutierrez, who goes off into the gravel as well. So the back end of this race, the AI are definitely making a lot of mistakes in this race. He wasn't the only one. It's just that one there I thought I'd show in the highlights. But yeah, so many AI just making mistakes. I think it's definitely a case of the AI not being optimized for this track. But either way, lap 52, we've caught up to the back of a Ferrari. Looks like Kimi Raikkonen, and he blocks us there on the apex. What the hell was he doing? Team radio?
Fucking Raikkonen! What a fucking idiot!
Yep, so we got Jan Pablo Montoya as our engineer there, but either way, we've cut on to the final lap now. Rosberg had absolutely nothing in comparison to us. He might have lost his wing or something, or made mistakes. He was just so slow in the back end of the race for some reason. It was the same case for the rest of the AI. It seemed like maybe they were burning too much fuel, and then for the back end of the race they had to save their fuel just to get to the end. So I don't know, it's a weird case for the AI for this track, but either way, we've absolutely dominated in this Grand Prix. We're going to win this race by over 30 seconds from Rosberg. Hamilton is now in third, so it's been a good recovery from him to come from 11th to third. But either way, in the first race ever in Imola, we've come home and won it. Well, there we go. We have dominated this race here in Imola. Remember, lads, if we hit 1,000 likes on this video, then I'll release the next episode of Career Mode tomorrow. So if we hit 1k today, then fingers crossed I should be able to get Career Mode out tomorrow. I still need to do the race, of course, so these videos do take a really long time to get out, but I'll do my best to try and get it out tomorrow. So, in this Grand Prix, we've had 4 DNFers, Rosberg in 2nd with Hamilton in 3rd. Good job to see Felipe Massa in 4th, finishing ahead of Fernando Alonso and Kimi Raikkonen. But this race has done us a world of good in the drivers and constructors standings. It's been a really good race, but until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.